Good evening, black people and all allies fighting for black liberation, black prosperity, and black joy. I'm Charles Blow, and welcome to Prime. Roe v. Wade has been under threat for decades, but today that threat materialized. A new law in Texas now bans abortions after about 6 weeks of pregnancy, with no exceptions, even for rape or incest. It is the most restrictive abortion law in the country, and one that will no doubt begin a long legal battle. The law went into effect today after the Supreme Court failed to act on an 11th-hour emergency petition last night by abortion rights advocates who were trying to block it, but the Supreme Court could still intervene at any moment. Abortion providers challenging the new law argue that it is essentially a full ban on abortions because about 85 to 95% of abortions in Texas happen after the 6-week mark. Why? Because most women don't even know that they're pregnant before 6 weeks. The new law will also allow private citizens to sue abortion providers or anyone else, for that matter, who helps a woman get an abortion. They could even get a reward. As the New York Times reported, the patient may not be sued, but doctors, the staff at clinics, counselors, people who help pay for the procedure, even an Uber driver taking a patient to an abortion clinic are all potential defendants. Plaintiffs who need not have any connection to the matter or show any injury from it are entitled to $10,000 and their legal fees recovered if they win. President Biden condemned the new law and released a statement which reads in part, the Texas law will significantly impair women's access to health care that they need, particularly for communities of color and individuals with low income. My administration is deeply committed to the constitutional right established in Roe v. Wade nearly 5 decades ago and will protect and defend that right. Joining me now to discuss is political strategist Sarah Slamen and policy associate at the Afiya Center, which is a group that works to protect reproductive rights for black women and girls, Michelle Anderson. I will start with you, Michelle. Why, explain to our viewers why this is essentially an overturning of Roe v. Wade, at least in the state of Texas, and how that will impact, in particular, black women.
So when we look at abortion access, we always make it about, for black women, about abortion, when it's really not the dog in our fight. The fight for us is to have to be able to obtain full bodily autonomy. And so what that looks like for us is being able to have access to health care that is also includes abortion, which is still legal at the end of the day. And so for black women, when we talk about having full bodily autonomy, we're talking about dismantling those systems of oppression that keep black women from being able to raise their children in safe environments, to even have the decision to be able to make the choice to have or not to have children, and to be able to raise our children in environments free from state-sanctioned violence. That's what our fight is all about, because at the end of the day, if we choose to have children or not to have children, our children are already at risk for many of the things that we talk about today as it relates to systemic racism or state-sanctioned violence, to be killed by the hands of police officers or things like that. So our fight is more than that. Our fight is about being able to say that we have the right to make decisions on our bodies, and that nobody else should be able to do that, because historically for black women, the government has always tried to decide how we should have and when we should have children.
Right, I understand that the plate is full and the menu long for the fight for body autonomy for black women, but isn't this a direct strike at that body autonomy?
This is a direct strike, but for us at the Afiya Center, black women don't have the opportunity to be able to to fight one issue when there is so, like Audre Lorde said, when there are so many things that black women have to fight. We don't live one issue lives. So when we look at abortion access, we also look at all those things that create risk for black women to even attain to go to have an abortion in the first place.
Sarah, the Supreme Court could still step in at any moment and say something. It is strange that they would let this go into effect, essentially banning abortion and overturning Roe v. Wade, at least in one state. But if you do it in one state, there will be copycat states right after it, and if it is allowed to stand, there'll be a floodgate open, and everybody else will rush into it. Do you expect the Supreme Court to come back and issue some sort of state or take this up as a case? Or do you think that they will just let this be like some sort of pocket veto and let it stand as is?
I have to believe that the incredible legal minds that are on the side of pregnant people and communities of color in Texas are going to be able to expose the deep legal flaws in this law. It's a law in which pregnant people have no right to their health records. They can just become pieces of evidence in discovery and civil trials. It's a law that has endless, abilities to bring people to court with a 4-year statute of limitations, with really broad language like intending. Does donating to an abortion fund 3 years ago abet an abortion that occurs a year later? I mean, it's a disgraceful, silly piece of law that has a really brutal impact. And I believe that the really precise legal minds are going to be able to expose all of the flaws written into this law to light very soon. It's true that Mississippi and other states have very similar laws ready to go. As you know, all of these laws are not written by our lawmakers. They're written by an interest group and distributed to everyone's states. But I do hold out hope tonight that the flaws in this legislation will be exposed.
Michelle, don't you believe also that the provision in the law that allows individual citizens who are not in any way party to the pregnancy at all, or injured by the pregnancy or determination of a pregnancy at all, to get a reward for turning in someone who has gotten an abortion or helped someone to get an abortion, doesn't that prey on desperation, which would also, kind of incentivize people with fewer resources to become, what would essentially become body snitches?
That is absolutely correct. It is a nuisance. This bill was designed to essentially stop access to abortion services. And so for the organization in which I serve, we don't provide abortions, but we do provide practical support to women who are seeking abortions. And it creates risk for us because, first of all, we're Black women, and two, it essentially puts a target on our back. And people who are using this as a bounty, so to speak, on reproductive services, again, it just creates risk and havoc for people who are essentially not really doing anything. People can make the assumption that somebody is involved in an abortion and essentially create a avenue for which we can be sued. And that is absolutely ridiculous. And it impacts organizations. I'm sorry, it impacts organizations who don't necessarily have the money to be able to fight these litigations.
Great, we have a little bit of delay, so that we're struggling with that, so audience, bear with us. Sarah, wealthy women will, and girls and women in wealthy families will always have access to abortion. If there's abortion anywhere available in the United States, they will be able to find it because they can always travel to it. This is particularly a tax on the poor, a deterrent for the poor. This is putting a shackle around the necks of poor women and chastising them and making them suffer for sexual activity. How do we, get that across to the wider public, or is the wider public actually in favor of this because they are punitive in that way?
In Texas, we know they're not. Another big problem with this law is it's completely anti-democratic. Just like the voter suppression laws, they also, are passing in this session that affect Black people. A majority of Texans support Roe v. Wade. A majority of Texans are against the heartbeat standard that this law is designed to, uphold and protect. And, like Michelle was saying, it compounds the pandemic that Black people in Texas and America face, which is the over-policing of their bodies. It's one big problem that lots of Texans have already agreed, this is an invented problem we don't need a solution for. And we have some very urgent issues that we do need solutions for. So I think, yeah, this is a moment where people have to understand that since you don't agree with this, you don't agree with this over-policing of Black bodies, you don't agree with this invasion of privacy, you don't agree with the abuse of the legal system, you don't agree with something that only allows rich people to access healthcare, you need to stand up and be counted. Because an extreme minority that plays in state house lobbies in a primary election, they're standing up and being counted. And their party's drawing maps in Texas. And you better get up and do something about it if you have the privilege to be able to. Because like Michelle said, and like you just so eloquently spoke about, this is blowing up support networks for poor women. This is taking aim at their providers. It leaves their providers defenseless. You can get $10,000 for reporting them. You can recover nothing if the lawsuit is frivolous. So if you don't like seeing people bully poor women, you need to stand up in these communities now. You need to go directly to these organizations like the Afiya Center, ask how you can help, don't assume, and you need to stand up in this election year and try to register as many people as possible in these communities.